We know infected flock to Moonrise Towers. I reported the gathering masses back to Tunarath. In response, they sent an inquisitor. Instead of ordering an assault, we were told to join in this mad hunt for an ancient relic.
I fly now to Vlaakith, our undying queen. She will see your faith rewarded in this plane and ours.
A current of deception carries Voss's words. Wherever he flies, it is not to Vlaakith.
Yes. There it is. Exactly as described. The Inquisition will finally come to an end.
But the weapon is the solution. I have heard it directly from Queen Vlaakith herself. It is how we will stop the Mind Flayers before they destroy us all.
No.
Vlaakith Gorg Shkathzai.
My queen.
That weapon you carry, the astral prism, it is corrupted.
I will cleanse it for you, my queen. Tell me how.
There is someone inside. They are an agent of the Grand Design. Kill them!
I told you to stay away from the Githyanki, but you just couldn't help yourself. Could you? Vlaakith wants me dead because I know her secret. It is a secret so great that if her people ever found out, that would be the end of her rule, the end of her.
Vlaakith does not lie to her faithful. Open your mind. Show me. Right, please. Summon Vlaakith. There's much...
Irrelevant, Gake wretch. The Queen has spoken. Your death is decreed.
Hello friends and welcome back to my channel. My name's Cinderellimouse and we're back with Baldur's Gate 3. So this is my normal series. I have started streaming on Twitch again if anyone is interested in checking out my kind of live streams. There's no webcam, but I'm kind of playing around a bit more and having a bit more fun and just being a bit silly, although this is really fun because this is my perfect playthrough. I'm a little bit kind of like, I want to get this right, where sometimes it's quite fun to play Baldur's Gate in a more chaotic way. So I've got a bit of an honor mode playthrough that I was playing around with, and also kind of a mashup with The Sims where I've got kind of like four kind of player characters, and it's Belagoth, Vlad the vampire, Greg the werewolf, and who else have I got? Like Agnes Crumplebottom, and then a few other like NPCs as well. So it's quite fun, it's very silly. Go and check out my Twitch channel if you haven't already. No promises for like schedules or anything like that on there though. But going back to my perfect playthrough, and this is my baby, you know, this has my whole heart. We are in Creche, I think it is, or is it Creche? No, I always get the Creches mixed up. Lae'zel is from Creche, and it's like Creche or something that we've been in, and a lot has happened. We've met Vlaakith, who is Lae'zel's goddess, the leader of the Githyanki, but she tried to kill us because she wanted us to go into the astral prison and like murder whoever was in there. Can I say murder on YouTube? She wanted us to go into the astral prison and unalive the person in there, and we didn't do it. We kind of got persuaded out of it by the Dream Guardian. Lae'zel was kind of disappointed in us, but then like Vlaakith turned on us. Lae'zel is like this about whether or not she's still faithful to Vlaakith or whether she's starting to question that faith. But basically now we got the Blood of Lathander as well. We got the ancient artifact, an ancient weapon. Shadowheart's currently wielding it, and that's all really cool. We do have to fight our way out of the Githyanki Creche now though, which is kind of terrifying. I can technically fast travel, but sort of roleplay wise, we would have to find some way out, and I kind of want to do that. I think it'll be interesting. So yeah, that's where I'm up to. But if we go ahead and kind of like do a quick inventory check before we go through, you know what it's like, guys, we've got to do our housekeeping. I'm actually going to go ahead and put mage armor on Cordia, speak with animals, and I'll also run around and put Longstrider on everybody in a second. Nothing to update on Cordia. She's currently wearing, I think it's like the Moon Maiden, or the Saloonite robe. Let me move this over here. Yeah, so Cordia is currently wearing the Saloonite robe. She has got armor class of 19, which is pretty decent. My plan for her is to eventually be able to dual wield the Aloija, which is a specific Cleric of Illustri drow weapon. So I feel like it's very on brand for her, with something like Leviathan's Wrath, not Wraith. And like, yeah, hopefully be able to dual wield those and actually be proficient in them. Currently she's relying on her kind of magic because she is a sorcerer kind of as her main thing. But yeah, no changes really to Cordia. I'm gonna go on Longstrider, everybody. I will be right back. It is particularly important that I Longstrider Astarion today because I have some plans. I have a few tactics, and running away might be one of them. Okay, last but not least, we have a Gale. Let's go ahead and Longstrider him. Oh, it didn't work because of the anti-magic field. Oops. Gale, could you just come over here a second? Thank you.
Still alive, so that's progress.
That's because of the Sousa leaves that we've got in the inventory chest.
Seems like
Gale just decided to stand right next to those, even though he's a wizard and it's magic's his whole thing. He decided to stand right next to the thing that stops you being able to do magic because, I mean, he's smart, but he's not that smart. Okay, so quick inventory check because we did pick up a few things in the last episode. So I'm going to do a little bit of rearranging. So like I say, Shadowheart now has, let me move this over here. Shadowheart now has the Blood of Lathander, which I love for her. I always give it to Shadowheart on all my playthroughs. And it's like the thing that I wait for, the thing that I get excited to get for her. And it's pretty badass, and it's going to come in really useful in Act 2, where light is very important to go through those Shadow Curse lands. So I do have these boots for her as well, Vital Conduit boots. When the wearer casts a spell that requires concentration, they gain 8 temporary hit points and athletics +1. So she did have the Speedy Light feet on. I do like those, but we're going to change it up a little bit. She is going to do a lot of concentrating spells as she kind of like progresses through the game. Things like Sanctuary, for example, that's a concentration spell. She has a lot of them. It just suits her. I kind of wish that I had something that looked like this for Lae'zel, because they do look very like they match with the Githyanki armor, but I've got something different for her. Again, she doesn't really do concentrating spells, so that wouldn't make any sense. Okay, so let's go ahead and change these with the black and azure dye, and yeah, I just think they'll match her outfit a tiny bit better because it actually changes like the little gemstones in there to black, and she does have this kind of black gemstone on her armor on a like sleeve, so I like that a little bit better. That's Shadowheart. I'm gonna just put that away in her little bag of magic items, and we are all set. Gale.
Lovely day this, for now.
Okay, so Gale has a few things that I'd like to give him. He's currently got this Beastmaster chain on with Animal Friendship. I don't like this spell very much in the game. I don't often find much use for it. It's kind of like Charm Person, where, especially if you're on honor mode, it can be quite risky to use it because people realize they've been charmed and then they can get aggressive afterwards. So it's useful for dialogue checks, but I don't often talk to animals in dialogue checks, and I feel like I can do without it. So I'm just going to go ahead and I'm actually going to send that to camp. And maybe someone else can make use of that later, because I have this for Gale. Elemental Augmentation. When one of your cantrips deal acid, cold, fire, lightning or thunder damage, add your spellcasting modifier to the damage dealt. His spellcasting modifier is intelligence, and he has a +3, so he's going to do an additional 3 damage anytime he does one of those cantrips. And if we look at Gale's cantrips, he does have things like Shocking Grasp, which is lightning, and Ray of Frost, which is cold, and Firebolt, which is fire damage. So they will come into effect kind of with that necklace. Explaining so hard. I'm also going to switch out his boots. So he currently has these sorcerer boots on, which do give him Misty Step. I love Misty Step, but as a magician, he actually already has that spell at level 2. So no point in him having them twice when somebody else could make use of those. So I'm actually going to go ahead and send those over to Dirge, and I'm going to put these on him, the Hoarfrost boots. You cannot fall prone while traversing icy terrain. Now Gale has a lot of cold and fire spells. That's kind of the build that I'm going to go for with him. So things like Ice Knife, Sleet Storm, all of these create an icy surface, and so if he's going to kind of create an icy surface and kind of have to move across that, you know, having the boots that mean he's not going to trip on that surface is definitely going to come in handy. So there we go. I don't feel like I need to change the colour of those. They look kind of okay as they are. Finally, he isn't currently wearing a hat, and like I don't massively know how I feel about the design of this on him, but the Diadem of Arcane Synergy, it says when you inflict a condition, gain Arcane Synergy for 2 rounds, and weapon attacks deal additional damage equal to the affected entity's spellcasting ability modifier, which we've already talked about is +3. So basically what this means is when Gale inflicts a condition, so for example, the things that we have that mean he makes people encrusted with frost, which he does like all the time when he's dealing cold damage, he also gets the Arcane Synergy. So it's, listen, these things get really complicated. It's hard to explain, it's hard to understand. So having to understand it and then try and explain it is quite tricky for me, but stick with me. We're gonna get into like gameplay soon. I don't want to kind of do this off camera because I think some of you probably are quite interested. Again, I've learned a lot from watching other people play, so I do want to explain it for those of you who are interested. I'm also gonna toggle the helmet so that I can actually see it. I'm gonna hide it, I think. No, I'll show it all the time and we'll decide how we feel about it. I think it looks kind of cool on him. I'm not entirely convinced, but we'll see what it looks like in dialogue checks and make our decision later. Okay, so going over to Will. I think these 3 fire wine barrels are the 3 that have kobolds inside, so I still haven't used those yet. It'll be interesting to see when they'll come into play. I don't know what I've done with the box that the children were playing with in the Githyanki Creche that they were kind of like throwing around and it was yelling. I can't find that box. I don't know what's happened to it. So if anyone knows, if anyone has spotted it in my inventory, let me know because it's disappeared. Yeah, the Gloves of Belligerent Skies. So he does have the quick spell fingers on, which I really like. I'm actually going to keep these on him. Cantrips that cost an action cost a bonus action. So he can basically do Eldritch Blast as a bonus action. But I like these for him, and I'm going to keep these kind of on the back burner because when you deal thunder damage, lightning damage, or radiant damage, you get 2 turns of reverberation. So that's going to be really good for when he's doing kind of paladin stuff further along the line. Is this your stuff backpack? It is. Let's put those in there. Cool.
Keep it together.
Keep it together. So Dirge then. Dirge, I'm sorry, it's really cold in the UK and my nose is kind of like a tiny bit sniffly and cold. I'm like a puppy, I've got like a little wet puppy nose. So if you see me kind of doing that, that's kind of why. It's like, you know, when it's cold but it's not like runny. Like there's no point kind of using tissue because it's just kind of damp. I don't know. I'm just so awkward, guys. I'm sorry that you have to put up with my awkward conversations that I should probably keep to myself. That's a hair though. Okay, so I am going to swap over Dirge's boots. He's currently wearing the spider step boots, which mean he's immune to being enwebbed. And we're not really going to be running across any web surfaces anytime soon, as far as I know. So I'm going to swap those for the Misty Step boots because he didn't currently have Misty Step, and it's such a useful spell and really good for running away from the Githyanki, I assume. So let's pop those boots in there. We'll keep those. Actually, do you know what? I'm going to send those over to Cordia because they're more on brand for her, being a drow. And then I've also got do I want to dye them? I think I need to dye them. Hang on, guys. I thought I was prepared, but now I'm faffing. Again, keep your eyes open for that box if anyone sees it. I don't think it's this one because if I click on it, it doesn't tell me I can lockpick it. So I don't know. In between episodes, I'll try and find that creature. Let's go with, I've not got any like black and red dye, have I? Let's use the black and white dye on his boots and hopefully it'll make them more black. That's not bad, actually. I don't mind that because he's got a little bit of white kind of on his chest there and like the white of his waist. So that kind of works. I'm happier with that than the way it looked before. The Potion of Invisibility and the Scroll of Dimension Door are part of my backup plan for if we need to like run away from the Githyanki. So Astarion also has these. They'll come into play later, possibly. Hair mullet. Aha, I've got it. And then we have this headband to give him, Sorcerer's Circlet, which gives him Healing Word. He's not currently wearing any kind of hat, so I figured I might as well put it on him. It's useful if anyone goes down, we can kind of get them back up with Healing Word. So yeah, I'm going to go and pop that on him, and we've hidden the helmet because it looks a bit weird on him, being a Dragonborn. What else? This Hesharlak Voss, I just wanted to kind of recap. The Voss is the Githyanki that we met on the bridge, and it seems like his loyalty is in question. It says Voss traitor, so it'd be interesting if we can kind of find him again, catch up with him, see if he knows anything about Orpheus and that whole conspiracy. Yeah, we'll kind of bear that in mind. And also this strange chunk of amber. Let me know if there's anything I can do with this, guys, if anyone knows kind of if this has any gameplay, because I don't know what to do with it. Yeah, so I'm just going to carry that around with me in the hopes of, I thought maybe we could go back to Lady Esther and try and convince her that it's the real blood of Lathander and maybe sell it to her for quite a high price. It's only worth 55 gold, but if we can convince her it's like the real artifact, I thought that might be something we could do. So yeah, I've got that on like on us just in case. Lae'zel has these astral plate boots, which she's currently got the Swiry shoes on. I really like these for her. I always give them to her because I really like her to have that increased jump distance, like being kind of like going into kind of like monk class. I think being able to be quite acrobatic and jump around is really good for her. But these are interesting. It says at the start of combat, the wearer gains momentum for 3 turns, which means that you get like extra movement speed, and you cannot be forcibly moved by foe spells or actions, and you ignore the effects of difficult terrain. Athletics +1. So I don't know, I thought we'd put those on her for a bit and kind of save the jumping boots for, you know, maybe situations where that might come into play a little bit more. And I'm just going to use the white and scarlet dye to dye these to kind of match her armor a little bit better. There you go, blends in a bit better. They're kind of heavy looking, they kind of look a bit like Terminator boots or something. They're not my favourite design, but the best I can get for the time being. I'm also going to trade out the Aberration Hunter's Amulet, which is specifically for Githyanki. It says a Githyanki wearing this amulet has advantage on intelligence saving throws, so anyone doing anything against us that requires an intelligence saving throw, we're going to have the advantage on that. And also aberrations have disadvantage on attack rolls against Lae'zel when she's wearing this, and it gives us ancient grudges. So I thought this might be interesting to kind of play around with and check out. I'm not super familiar with it. Touch the amulet to subsume a sliver of the knowledge of the gift. You gain advantage on attack rolls against aberrations. So I don't know when we're going to be coming up against aberrations. I don't know if that's like Mind Flayer stuff, but we can check that out. I'm going to send the guidance pendant over to Karlach. So I also have the Githyanki Greatsword and the Githyanki Crossbow. They're not actually much better than what she already has, but I think we can find something more interesting. If we check the right people on the way out, I think we can get some good stuff for her. So going over to Karlach, she currently has this amulet of Elemental Torment on, which says that when she stands in certain surfaces and casts a spell that deals damage, the target also suffers the surface's effects. Now, she can stand in fire, which is why I gave it to her in the first place, but she doesn't really cast spells, so it's kind of actually useless for her. So I think I'm going to send this over to Cordia, actually, and I'm going to give Karlach the Guidance Pendant because we need somebody on Dirge's team to have that. So going back over to Cordia, we can go ahead and give her this. So we can take Detect Thoughts off. Detect Thoughts is one of the, actually, do you know what, we can even cast Detect Thoughts now and just have it on us as like a concentration spell. or put it on ourselves like whenever we need it, but we don't necessarily need to have it on. So yeah, there we go. So because she can stand in water surfaces that are electrified, if she stands in that surface, she can kind of electrify people if she casts a spell on them at a distance. Oh, listen, the logic. I love the logic that this game requires, like the in-depth knowledge, you know, the planning, all the different like technical things that it has. I think the more I do it, the more I understand it and the more interesting it gets to me. All right, last but certainly not least, we have Astarion, who again has a little bit of potion of invisibility just in case. We also have Gale, who I've gone ahead, well actually I need to go ahead and get him to learn some extra spells. So for example, things like, what do I want to give him? Blink will be useful. Let's scroll down. Dark Vision, do you know what? Go ahead and learn it. It might come in useful at some point. Enlarge and Reduce is really fun. You can actually make characters bigger and stronger, so that might be fun to do on someone like Karlach. Expeditious Retreat, handy. What else? Fear might come in useful. I don't really use Feign Death. I've used it once and maybe I'll tell the story in the future. It's an Act 3 story. Gaseous Form is useful. Grant Flight, we can make people be able to fly. Invisibility is going to be useful for this game, like gameplay, this episode. Protection from energy, fine. Remove Curse. Scorching Ray, I definitely want to take, being kind of like a fire-themed wizard. Stinking Cloud might come in useful. Yeah, cool. There we go. Learn all those spells. It's going to cost quite a bit of money, but we've got it. Okay, 12 new spells gained, and let's do a little switcheroo here. I'm going to get rid of Haste, even though I do like that spell, and I'm going to take Invisibility. And I think that is my plan for now. Yes. Also, Gale, I would love for you to say hi to our good friend, the cheeky little Quasit. Shovel, hi, do you have anything to say today? No, he's not talking to me for some reason. I don't know why. It's like going into dialogue and then dropping out. Maybe if Cordia talks to him.
Oh, shit-pilling toe-rag! Never summon Shovel, never feed Shovel, now call Shovel! Huh? Who are you?
I'm Cordia. Nice to meet you.
Oh, nice to meet you, dickhead. Last nipple meat slab called me Shovel. Don't like it? Change it.
Well, what would you like to be called?
Don't care.
Does Basket sound good to you?
Basket. I like. Baskets hold babies. My favourite. So you're Basket's master now. Fine. I like gutting, killing, tearing, smearing, and dancing on dead kiddies. Master wants me to cut up piggies. Only a magical shite can call me. Grab one and I'll teach him the spell. It's nasty, like me.
What spell? What do you mean? Okay, can Gale talk to him now?
Yeah,
he's such a weird little guy, you know? Hello, this guy's magic.
Basket is bored. Basket wants to murderize.
Gale, why do you insist on carrying this strange little fella around with you? He disturbs me. I'm scared to sleep around him. What would Gale say? No more. Actually, do you know what? Because he probably is going to kill things, isn't he? Like, we are doing quite a fighty playthrough. There's what I'm trying to do a Gale voice. There's more to life. Hello, I'm Gale of Waterdeep. There's more to life than murder.
Yes, like setting things on fire.
That's on brand for Gale. We love that.
Basket is
same, right, that's the same thing. Okay. Right, fine. I'm happy that Basket is talking to us again. Is there anything I need to do before I leave? I need to put on Gale's mage armor. Does he have mage armor? Yes, there is. Cool. And I feel like Lae'zel we can give her that dexterity thing now that she's a monk. And hopefully that is going to help us out. All right, so I think it is time. I'm going to group everybody together and we're all going to go and leave camp. Okay, so currently we're still in the secret chamber of Rosimorn Monastery, where we got the blood of Lathander from. Hair on my lip again. Ugh. So yeah, we need to basically get our way out of here. Now you can see on the map it's not red, which means I can actually go ahead and fast travel if I wanted to. But again, I like roleplay. I like the idea of like, you know, technically speaking, we wouldn't be able to just teleport out of there. Sometimes a portal opens, but it also blows up the monastery. And I'm not looking to destroy the entire place. There's some actually nice Githyanki in there, so I'm not gonna like mess up the entire place. I also don't really massively want to fight them. And it's not because I can't, because I've done it a few times where I did fight my way out, but because I don't necessarily think all the Githyanki are bad guys. So like some of them are just like Lae'zel, right? They've been brought up in a certain environment, they're very militant, and do you know what, they are fighting the Illithids, so it's understandable that that's their culture. So I don't want to kind of completely annihilate the entire Githyanki camp, but I also like, I feel like they're going to be very aggressive towards us, so I don't know, passives, I'm going to put passives on basically and try and avoid killing them. We might knock a few out.
Quickly then.
I'm going to do my best to kind of sneak out of the place.
Success was hardly certain.
The monks were intent on keeping their relics safe. They didn't count on us, though.
That's no surprise. It looks powerful.
Okay.
I can do better. I must. Never wanted the easy path.
So, let's go back through.
Let's see.
Yeah, it's also a really beautiful place. I like the idea of like the Lathanderian monks being able to kind of like claim the place back and kind of fix it all and restore it to its former glory after it's like been usurped by the Githyanki as a Creche. Either that or like the Githyanki just to continue using it, because you know they do need places to raise their young. So like, you know, now that they've established it, they might as well keep it. I don't know, it's such a beautiful place. Apart from all the blood and murder that, you know, has occurred well, during our time here. So, okay. I might save here. I know I've literally just left camp. Look at this. Look at these cool, like Githyanki light. What's this about? Oh, they're like, I don't know, like the aesthetic of this game, like I absolutely love. Like the details, they're so well thought out. Like look here at this like stained glass window that's been like removed. It's so beautiful. There's so many gorgeous details. All right, I'm gonna save and then hopefully my plan is gonna work here. All right, I'm gonna have everybody crouch.
I just want a little look.
I am so nervous right now. I want to ungroup Astarion. And then I'm actually gonna have Astarion stand up. And then I'm going to have Gale go ahead and use that invisibility spell on Astarion. And then I need to immediately make him crouch again. Crouch! Gale, what are you doing? Crouch. Okay. Because I only have like 9 turns remaining of being invisible. So if we go out here, we can see that actually, once I get over here, they're kind of waiting for us. Like they're kind of all lined up, ready to fight us. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stand about here roughly. And I want this person's sword. She has a really cool Githyanki sword. And Astarion has disarming attack. So fingers crossed I can make her drop her sword. I'm not looking to kill her. Did she actually drop her sword? I can't tell. Did she drop it? Do not react. She didn't drop it. Oh no. Okay, that is absolutely fine. What I'm going to do right now She says it's absolutely fine. It's not fine. Can I do that again, but on another turn? It's going to cost superiority die. Am I out of superiority die? Okay, I'm going to have to reload because I'm banking on that working. We're going to do the exact same thing again, but hopefully I'm not going to fail on the disarming attack because like that is my strategy. It has to work. Fingers crossed this works. 84% chance with advantage. She didn't drop it! What is going on? Why am I not having any luck here? Ah! I did this a couple of times in testing and it worked every time. Like the percentage with advantage and it's not working. Like, why does this happen when I'm actually recording? Like, why can't things just go according to plan? Astarion with advantage. 84% chance of hitting with advantage. Come on, guys, guidance me. Did she drop it? I don't think she dropped it again. Oh my god, why am I so unlucky? Oh, this is what scares me about honor mode, because you have a plan and it might not work. Oh, bloody hell. Right. Cordia, guidance on Astarion. I don't know if it'll make a difference, but we can try it. Right, what if, with guidance, I crouch, so I'm actually hidden, and then we try this again. Is she seriously not dropping the weapon? What is happening here? What is even happening? Disarming attack. I am using the right attack, right? How is she keeping hold of this? I don't know what's happening. Illustory, please make it work this time. Send your guidance to a sweet, loyal drow who's just trying to escape the Githyanki Creche and steal the sword on the way out. Like, I'm not even trying to hurt anyone. Like, I'm not even trying to hurt her. I kind of like the captain. You know, she was actually technically an ally with us in the fight against Moonrise Towers, so I don't want to kill her. I just want her cool sword for Lae'zel, that's all. I don't understand why it's not working, because I've done it like 2 or 3 times in testing to figure out like how I wanted to do this, and it worked every single damn time. So why it's not working now, I don't know. But I'm annoyed about it. I'm genuinely think like I'm cursed when I start to like do the live things, like recording. Disarming attack. What is happening? Okay, what if I try the melee attack? Melee. Disarming attack. I think I've got less of a chance. Oh, it does say 88%. Okay, fingers crossed. Guidance.
About time.
Weapon drop. So finally, okay, now I can show you finally my strategy for this. Oh my goodness, thank goodness it's not honor mode. Okay, so what I can do now is drag that weapon, Soulbreaker Greatsword, closer to Astarion. We can pick it up, and then what we're going to do is we're going to use, because he has 2 bonus actions, I'm basically going to draw their attention away and make them go in a different direction. So I'm going to Misty Step over here as far as I can. Okay, so they will have seen me, they know that I'm there. And then I'm going to dash and get as far away as I possibly can, all the way over here. And hopefully they're all going to start chasing me. That's the plan. Hopefully I don't die. In fact, I'm just going to, maybe I just want to save again. All right, so fingers crossed this works. Go on, follow Astarion, go. Hopefully they all need to use like dash or Misty Step or something as an action. So they're not going to get many attacks on him. He saved that one. That was like saved Psychic Rend. what I'm gonna do. Ooh, 14, and I'm prone. That's half my movement speed. But at least he missed on that second one. I'm like, nervousness. Okay, all right, did everybody come over to us? Okay, so what we can do now, because everybody is facing that way, my plan now is to get everybody else, like literally we could sneak, oh, everybody hide, don't accidentally stand up.
Should mind my step.
So, what I can do now is get everybody over here. Like I say, we could attack them, and I have attacked them with 4 people as well. I haven't done it with 8 people. And I know that I can win this fight. It's not easy, but I know that I can do it. But I like the Githyanki. I actually quite like that captain, even though she's kind of mean, like Lae'zel is. It's like she's got a job to do, you know. And fighting the Illithid, because the Illithid are definitely the big bad. They are the big evil. And I don't want to take down a line of defense that is keeping, you know, the Grand Design at bay. So the Grand Design is like the Illithid taking over and infecting everybody and making everybody like subservient to them. Like, at least the Githyanki, as brutal as they are and as self-serving as they are doing an important job. So yeah, I don't want to kind of like stop them from doing that. Right, so I'm gonna get everybody and get them as tucked in here as I possibly can. So untoggle and just tuck everybody right in, or as far away as I possibly can. So I also, do you know what I need to do? I need to take off the Blood of Lathander for a second, because it's glowing and I feel like it just makes it harder for them to hide. Can you get like right back here? Okay. And then like Gale, can you also tuck in a little bit more? And then we can actually make, we can make this guy go invisible. And that lasts until long rest. Where it wore off on Astarion, he only had 10 turns. He can just go like perma invisible. It's just one of his special things. So yeah, he can just kind of run around like that. Okay, so everybody's kind of tucked in. Do you think I can maybe get Karlach to tuck in a little bit more? Maybe all the way over here. And I'm thinking, so basically my plan now is for Astarion to kind of lead these guys, well, basically run away, and then these guys will lose him and not know where he's gone, and then they'll all walk back here but have their backs to us and we can sneak past. That's the plan. Whether it's going to work or not, I don't know, because my plans have been going a little bit awry, to be honest. Right, dash. So dash into here.
On my way.
And then what we're going to do, the reason why I've got these invis potions is he's going to take an invis potion and they're not going to know where he's gone. So I'm also, so this is going to be like the last place that they realise I kind of was. They'll have an idea of where he went invisible. So if I dash again and like run sort of over here into this darkness, hopefully, they are not going to be able to find me because they're going to be searching here for me and he's going to be all the way over here. That's the plan anyway. So they're going to come into the room because that's where they saw him go. So mirror image was her action. See, he's coming in, but he doesn't know where he's gone. They might give up on this turn. No, we're going to have one more turn, which is fine. I'm just going to go all the way back into this corner. And I'm going to hide in this darkness over here. You can see that he's in like half cover and he's invisible. So they're just not going to know where he's gone. They're going to assume he's like ran off, basically. Yeah, they don't know where he is. So this fight is going to end. He's inspecting. But he doesn't know where we are. So he's going to search for us. Can't find us, we're out of range, and the fight is over. So now what I'm going to have to do is jump back over to Dirge and hope that when these guys come back, they don't spot us. So you can see where that red line is. That's as far as they can see. And we're kind of just out of range. Yes, we did it. Okay, perfect. Save. Okay, so Astarion's fine where he is. And we can start to sneak by. I don't think these can see us. They're just kind of like illusions. So if I just kind of like group everybody except Astarion. Ungroup Astarion quickly. Astarion. You stay where you are. Yeah, don't regroup. Okay. All right, is everybody definitely 100% crouched? Gale, are you crouched? Okay. And we're going to move closer. And then this is a bit fiddly, guys. I know it'd probably be more fun to watch me fight, but I also think it's fun to kind of watch different techniques. And so Sam Fisher in it is a variation on like what we could be doing. So I'm going to send Cordia through. So you can see she's not going into that red line. I know, I'm not looking to knock out puppies today, guys. Like, you're safe. So there we go. Cordia's through. Next up, Shadowheart.
I'm ready.
So again, making sure I go behind her. I don't want to do this as a group because if I do it as a group, sometimes they go a little bit off course and they might get seen. So again, we're going to just have her go all the way over there.
Tolerable.
And then we've got Gale. We don't have to worry about the Quasit because the Quasit is invisible. Gale's past. They're like bumbling around with their noisy armor and like nobody has a clue. They're completely oblivious. All their attention is on those doors down there. They're a bit nearsighted though, or farsighted. I get them mixed up. Like they can't actually see past here. Like same. I need to wear contact lenses. Otherwise I can't see either. And then who's next? Dirge.
Waste any more time.
One of the most important people in this entire playthrough. Obviously, Dirge has a huge fan base. A lot of love for Dirge out there.
Still in shadow.
Lae'zel, let's get you past as well. Look at my sneaky crew. Amazing. Because yeah, I didn't want to have to kill her. I kind of like her. So she's the one like with the wolves. And she was kind of getting undermined by the Inquisition, and she was like, we should be fighting the Illithers, we should be going to the source of the infection, we should be going to Moonrise Towers, like why have you got me looking for this like stupid relic? And they were like, find the relic or we're basically, you're useless to us. And so they were being really mean to her. So I'm team captain of the Githyanki basically. Even though she doesn't like us, and she's definitely still on Vlaakith's team and definitely following orders, which is why she's attacking us, because Vlaakith have told them to, but we kind of know a little bit more. So I feel like it's going to be a Lae'zel situation where it takes them a while to kind of realise that there's a little bit more going on than perhaps, you know, the truth hasn't been told entirely. Yeah, we're going to unsolve this mystery. Literally, it's one of our tasks. We've done Find the Githyanki quest. The Githyanki Creche is done. Basically, I'm just kind of doing my own thing right now. But we've got this one here, Discover the History of Prince Orpheus. We read a forbidden book about a certain Prince Orpheus. He seems to be a challenger to Queen Vlaakith and the son of Gith, the one who freed the Githyanki from the Mind Flayers. So we need to find out more about that. There's definitely, you know, something going on with Vlaakith and the Dream Guardian inside the Astral Prism. You know, Vlaakith told us to kill the Dream Guardian, so I don't know. What I do want to do though is go to Astarion and maybe heal him up a little bit. let's take a quick healing potion. There you go. And send this Soulbreaker Greatsword over to Lae'zel. Let's go ahead and do that. And then we'll jump over to her. And you can see here, so we had this Githyanki Greatsword, which is just a standard Githyanki Greatsword. It's not actually any better than the Bloodied Great Axe that she's currently carrying. But this like Soulbreaker Greatsword, so it does slightly more damage. The range is 7 to 20 rather than 6 to 20. And that psychic damage is conditional. It says, when wielded by a Githyanki, which is why it has to be Lae'zel, this weapon deals an additional 1d4 of psychic damage. It also says, seldom caught unawares, you gain a +2 to initiative rolls, which means basically when we roll initiative, when we go into a fight and you get that line up at the top of the screen that tells you the order that people are going to fight in, you're basically going to get a +2 to that, which means that you're more likely to be higher up that order and more likely to go first before the bad guys have a chance to hit on you. blah blah blah, what's his name, Astarion currently has something like this, which means that he can't be surprised and he always gets the jump on people, basically because he's a rogue. He has that kind of assassin stuff, so it's going to be really, really useful. You can also get this if you're interested from the alert feat. So if you go onto your feats and you look for alert, that's also a great way to get like higher initiative. Get excited and I talk too fast. It also has like a special thing down here, which is the Soul Breaker. Rend the enemy's body and soul and possibly stun them. So special ability attached to this weapon. Definitely slightly better than what we have now. And with it being a Githyanki sword, I feel like it's very on brand for Lae'zel. Look how cool she looks. It matches her armor and I love that for her. I'm not interested in switching out the Githyanki crossbow because the Giant Breaker is pretty awesome. But I think that is more or less Lae'zel's build for the time being quite complete. Really happy with that. Okay, let's keep going. So the next thing I want to do is have a little bit of a scout with Basket, because I'm worried about that youth. I think he's called Val, the guy with the pink hair who really believed in Orpheus, and you know, his teacher was attacking him and like kicking him, and you know, he told Val's friend that they had to fight to the death, and Val isn't a very good fighter. When we went to the doctor's chambers, there was a book and a record that said Val had been in there like 47 times or something like that. So he's always getting hurt, he's always getting picked on, he's not a very good fighter. And the doctor had actually told the teacher, the trainer, to do something about him, which is why I think he was being told to fight to the death. They saw him as like a drain on the resources, and they were trying to kill him to kind of cull the weak. And so Val, being this big believer in Orpheus, I really hope that, like, I don't feel like we should leave him here. I feel like his life is definitely being threatened. So I'm going to send Basket to go and have a look for him and see if we can find him. And also just kind of see what the situation is in the Creche, because obviously we don't know what we're walking into here. So this area is completely deserted, basically. This is the area that's kind of like the underground kind of cave entrance, so I'm just going to completely ignore that door. We do have the waypoint there, and again, we can fast travel technically, but I like the idea of the storytelling aspect of it, so we're going to go ahead and do that. This over here is the training room, so scary noises. If I go in here, we can see if we can see Val and see if he's okay. So if we have a quick look around, this is the teacher. This is kind of like that mean teacher. He is red now, which means we can't talk to him. If he sees us, he's going to attack us. He's considered an enemy now. This is because Blackith has given the order that we're not to leave, basically. Yeah, everybody is an enemy at the moment. And I can't see the guy with pink hair. I can't see Val anywhere. That's not him. This is that mean guy who likes swords. This is Val's friend. She sounds like she should be like in House of the Dragons, like Rhaenyra or something, Rhaegal. But he was stood over here and he's not currently here. I also can't see any sign of like a body. Like, it doesn't seem like, you know, he's been hurt. There's basically no sign of him. So we can keep looking around for him, and I can kind of show you what the situation is. So I did consider actually coming in here and ending the Sauvage. So this was my original plan. I was like, we're gonna go in, we're gonna call him out, we're gonna kill the Sauvage, and we're gonna kind of like free the students of his tyranny, because he seems like a really mean guy. But on second thoughts, it means that we would get into a fight. Basically, I can't call him out without everybody else following him for some reason. It's like they all come out as a group, and I don't want to have to fight these teenagers. I don't want to have to fight these students, because like I feel like they've been kind of indoctrinated, and so it's not their fault, right, that they've been lied to, or that they're being kind of manipulated. Also, they are really good fighters, and again, like, it's not for me to question their culture, right? It worked for Lae'zel, she is badass, so, you know, maybe their training works for them, even though I personally disagree with it. It's not for me to judge another culture. So I'm gonna just kind of shut the door on that situation, leave him alive, but I am really glad that Val is not in there. Hopefully he's escaped. you know, hopefully he's realised that this situation is bad for him. I just want to kind of show you what's going on with the rest of the creche as well. So this is the infirmary where we got the Githyanki egg from. So you can see these guys are all on guard as well now. They are all waiting to fight us. And also no sign of Val in here either. So we'll close that door. We don't want to go in there because I do actually really like the guy who was raising the egg, and he was like, he'd been told to destroy the egg, and he was like, no, there might be a great future for this egg. We don't know its story yet. We have to give it a chance. But he was getting told to destroy it. So I kind of like I kind of want people like that. You want the good guys to be in there, right? You want the good guys, the voice of reason, to remain behind. So yeah, it looks like I definitely picked that basket up, the one that had something inside it, but I don't know where it's gone. Also, the other children have gone, so maybe Val escaped with the other Githyanki children. Maybe he led them out of the creche to keep them safe or something. I don't know. But yeah, we've got these guys as well. I'm not interested in fighting with anyone. Again, we're just going to poke our head in, just out of curiosity's sake. Just to see if Val was in here. No, he wasn't, but there's the mean doctor. Where is she? There, mean doctor. And this was the book that told us that they were planning on killing Val. So, yeah, that's the situation. Hopefully you didn't find that too boring. I was really interested in, like, where Val had gone and if I could find him. He's not in here either. So I did look it up on Reddit. I love the sound his toes make when he walks on the stone. just listen to the little, like, the little nail noise. I love it. So yeah, I did actually look it up on Reddit, and it sounds like there's no explanation for where he's gone. I don't think he turns up again, Val. I think he's just kind of like disappeared. So I like the idea that he has, because I think if they'd have killed him, we'd find his body, but it seems like he's just left the creche, basically. And so I do like the idea that he's kind of run away, and maybe he's going to find other people who believe in Orpheus, and he's going to find his tribe, you know. He's not going to be alone anymore. Also, like, the people who were stood out here, I think, have disappeared, so maybe they've all gone off together. Okay, so this is the way that I'm going to fight my way out, basically. And I'm going to use a very similar technique. The thing is, this woman here, Gish Farag, she has a ring on her. And the only way to get it, I've tried pickpocketing her. I can't get it off her if I pickpocket her. The only way to get it is if I knock her out. So I might knock her out. But I kind of like her as well. I don't really want to hurt anybody. But this is the escape route, basically. This is the plan. So what I'm going to do now is something very, very similar to what we just did with Astarion, where Astarion kind of ran and drew the attention away so that everybody else could sneak out and then went invisible. So I'm just going to have everybody go straight across here. Now that we know there's no one around and it's kind of safe, I'm going to have everybody come all the way back here, outside the kind of medical area, very, very quietly. Oh.
Walk freely. This place is as tight as a patriarch's purse.
We should have been disarmed on entry. I'm pleased we weren't, but it's strange.
No doubt they found me too intimidating.
Sure, Astarion. Like, do you remember he was like a Githyanki? Like, Gith Astarion, really scary. I was quite afraid. Okay, so we're all kind of hidden over here. I don't think they're going to be able to see us. And so I'm going to do the same technique, basically. And I'm going to do it with you. I'm going to do it probably with Astarion. And I'm wondering if I should do it with Dirge as well.
Keep your blade close.
It depends on if I want that ring or not. I don't want it really badly. I'm prepared to not get the ring. Right, so I don't want to save again. I'm such a badass. Okay, so why do I look so low today? Like, what's going on? Okay, wish me luck, guys. Let's make Astarion invisible. Okay. Gale, I need you to crouch again so I don't forget. So you don't draw attention to yourself. Astarion, I need you to not crouch. And we're gonna go over here. Technically, you didn't really need to be invisible, to be honest. I think my plan was to make him invisible if I was gonna, like, you know, like actually properly attack them. But I'm gonna sneak attack this person, just in case I do decide I want that range. 19 damage. Okay, so they are hostile towards me now. Again, I'm trying to draw them away, so I'm gonna use my 2 bonus actions to dash, and hopefully they are gonna chase me. I've got a decent amount of distance that I can move as well because of Longstrider, which Cordia put on him earlier. So basically, I need them to follow me out here. I'm just gonna dash a tiny bit further to try and get just out of their range, so that they have to follow me over here, but they have to move so far that they don't actually get any actions on me. Like, they can't attack me. They're gonna have to use all their actions to dash. That's my plan. See, I don't want them to be able to like shoot an arrow at me or anything like that, so that's why I kind of wanted to tuck around that corner. But they are following me, so the plan is currently working. Oh, nice jump. Yeah, I think I'm going to leave the ring. I don't want it that badly. And technically we can come back here as well. You know, like, even if we go and do the Underdark, we can always come back here, pop back in and get that ring if I decide I want it. But I think I'm happy with this choice. So again, I do need them to follow me, but I don't want to get too far ahead. The closest person's here. Oh, I feel like he can get a pretty decent shot on me, can't he? What if I come right... I need to draw them all away, but not have them be able to actually hit me. This is the thing. Okay, dash. And we're going to go over here. That is a pretty good angle, I think. Do I want him to hide? No, because I want them to be able to see him, basically. I want them to know where he is so that they get drawn away. I don't want them to not find him so that the fight ends and they all go back to the positions, because I need to sneak everybody past. So I need them to all come down this corridor a little bit more. Go, go, go. Right, so right. Oh no, he's facing the wrong way. He's facing this way. I need him to face that way. Okay, they're coming, they're coming, they're coming, they're coming. Oh, look at that person jumping. They're right next to us. Oh my goodness. If that one guy was turned the other way, I feel like we could have snuck past, but he's going to be looking right at us. That is too risky. Oh, if only he was turning the other way. Look at how close that person got. Okay, we need now to get in here. Run, run. We can't go that way because we'll trigger a fight with that other group. But we can probably go over here and just hide back in that corner that we were in last time. Okay. So they're going to have to follow me into this room now. Okay, now he's turned away. Perfect. Is he turned back again? Seriously? Oh, that guy. Well, hopefully he's far enough away that we're going to be like out of his vision, out of his range. Okay, this is the one that I'm worried about. Oh yeah, he is right on me. Yeah, all these others are going. So it's just the one that's facing in this direction that I'm worried about. Okay. This guy. Right, Astarion, hold your position a second. And Cordia. Okay, is everybody crouched? Good. Let's go. So we should be able to see in red where they can see up to. We've got a pretty decent amount of space to be able to sneak
Gotta
through.
respect these Gith. They don't fool around.
Oh, I'm more than aware, trust me. I've had plenty of training in what to expect from them.
In that case, lead on, miss.
We are out of here. We are gone. Sweet. Okay, I did actually want that book though. Where was that book? Is there anything I can like check as well? Like, can we have a route around while nobody's here? Like, have a look in all these boxes that we couldn't look in before. Oh my god, look at all that healing potion. Yes, I'm so glad I checked that box. What about this box here? Just robbing the place. Nice. I actually want another one of these boxes.
I'll take that.
I think it was this book here that I wanted. But it means I have to get up there. Do you love that she has tactics, guys? Right, Carla, you are quite good at jumping. Ungroup.
Don't burn yourself.
Can you jump up there? You can. Okay, perfect. Crouch again. Because... But you really need to crouch, girl. Because over here, there's another group of Githyanki who all are expecting us to come out of that door there. That's the door that's like next to the waypoint. I kind of want to...
For me?
I kind of want to pickpocket the trader. Which one's the trader? Is it her? It's one of them. And just see if there's anything else we can get off her. But it might be a little bit too risky. Okay. Actually, do you know what? Let's get that key. Just in case I do decide to be stupid and try something. Let's grab it. Okay, come on, Karlach. Come back over here. Let's try and not damage her when she jumps down. Anything else actually up there? No. Okay. Jump down here. Oh, she's going to take a little bit of damage, bless her. I'm sorry. Oh, no, she's fine. Look. Nice. Is there anything in there that we want to steal? We've already been in that treasure chest, I think. No, I think we're okay. I think that's everything. All right, let's head out. So everybody group, except for poor Astarion. Gale, get your cheeky closet. We are out of here.
What do we have here?
So like I say, I could have fast traveled, but that's fun to me. Like making my own challenge to actually get out the creche, like in a roleplay type situation is really, really fun. Okay, now for Astarion though. So the plan for Astarion, right in front of this guy's eyes, is we're gonna take the potion of invis, and we're gonna skedaddle. We're gonna run right past him. He doesn't know where we are, and we're just gonna dash and make our way back out effectively, because they can't see us. They're all gonna go to the last place that they saw us. Let's just go over there to the side. They have no idea that I'm here. So he's like, where has he gone? Can't find him, and he can just basically just run out of there. Oh, they're all healing. Again, the main person, the main guard, does have an interesting key on her. I could always sneak back through this entrance and kind of like get the jump on them. It's a better position because if I fight them from here and I get into trouble, I can just back out from that door. But I don't think it's worth getting. And honestly, I think getting out is good enough. Let me know if you guys disagree. Do you think I should get that ring? I don't think it's that great.
Time for bitter business.
But I'm prepared to come back and get it if you guys think I should. So that is basically it. We have worked our way out. Let me just group, hide, unhide.
Should mind my step.
And yeah, that's it. Freedom! Freedom is ours. Daylight! The sun on our skin. Astarion, can you feel it? Doesn't it feel glorious? Beautiful. Like, and again, absolutely gorgeous environment. We made it. Breathe that fresh air. We escaped. Yay! Okay, so we have completed the Githyanki Creche. Unless you guys want me to go in and pickpocket the trader and like get the ring, but I feel like I got everything that I wanted to get from that place. I don't have to get every single magic item, but let me know if it's something really awesome that I should get and I'm wrong. But one thing that we can do is check in with Lady Esther and then continue to kind of search for the path to Moonrise Towers before we leave this area. So this might be a little bit of a shorter video today. I don't know, I don't want to kind of like, I like to kind of have every video like complete a section and feel like we've had a journey together. So I don't want to kind of like go to the Underdark straight away. I feel like that's a whole other video. Yeah, this section we can definitely wrap up. So I wonder if anyone has anything to say.
The sooner we get out of this Gith Warren, the better.
Okay, I love the comments that the companions make. Gale, how do you feel right now?
I need a moment for the two of us.
Walking freely out of a Githyanki Creche. A miracle if ever I've seen one. And trust me, I've seen quite a few.
Have you? You must tell me the stories about that sometime. Okay. Who else? Shadowheart, how are you feeling? You survived the Githyanki Creche for the second time?
I suppose not many can boast that they've been to a Githyanki Creche and survived. Perhaps that's a good omen for our chances going forward, if you're feeling optimistic.
I always feel optimistic when you're around. You and I, we share something special, I think. I want to talk about it.
Very serious of you. But go ahead.
She looks so beautiful in the daylight. How are you faring?
It's strange. I've been dwelling on what I told you before about wanting to become a Dark Justicia. But perhaps I should be content with my lot. I'm already blessed to have you at my side, after all.
Oh, I love her. Remember that she likes night orchids. We definitely need to keep an eye out for those. Dirge, who do you want to have a chat with? Your two girlfriends? Your hot Githyanki girlfriends?
Looks like we're done here. Pity. This place has been a wild ride.
She enjoyed it. Okay. Hot Githyanki girlfriend, how are you feeling?
You must have questions.
One or two, I'll admit. We'll save that for the next episode, I think. So, how does it feel to be the protector of a Githyanki egg?
An unhatched Githyanki egg should be the burden of a Vash, not a warrior, whether ascended or otherwise. And yet, I'm drawn to the warmth of it. A child of Gith and a servant of Vlaakith grows within. Keep it close. Perhaps in our care, it might yet hatch. And don't you dare pass it to that lunatic woman prowling the mountain pass.
I wouldn't dream of it. Oh, like Daddy Dirge and Mummy Lae'zel. I love it. I love seeing her softer side. Because she's such a harsh person, right? She's grown up in this brutal environment. So to see that little softer edge, like the actual, like the caring side of her coming through, like she's so baby girl. I love her so much. And then like I love how she immediately switches back to, but don't you dare give it to that woman prowling the mountain pass. In fact, we should go and check on Lady Esther and definitely see if she has anything else we want to trade with her for before we leave. And Will, last but not least.
My first tour of a Githyanki Creche. Memorable, to be certain, but the service left something to be desired.
The service. And what's it like being the son of a Grand Duke? I want to ask him that, but I don't like this angle. Because he's like down in the water again. Again, we'll save that for another day. Okay, this time I am going to fast travel since we're out. So we're going to go back to the crags and go and see Lady Esther and just see if there's anything else
Keep it together.
that might be worth buying from her or trading with her for words are hard before we leave. Again, technically I could have a Astarion pickpocket her, but I don't know, I'm feeling good today.
Thank you so much. Do be sure to pop into the lodge should you ever visit Baldur's Gate.
Gladly. We're actually planning on heading there later. Do you have anything to trade?
I should hope so. When adventure calls, I am always thoroughly prepared. Take a look.
Wonderful. So let's just see what she has. She's got a potion of speed. Definitely want to take that. I want to restock on a couple of arrows. So the fire arrow, arrow of many targets. Scroll of lightning bolt is good. You're going to see me using that very, very soon. Does she have any other good dye? Harlequin black and white dye. I like that one. No, I think we're all good. I think we've got a lot of the good stuff that we need off her. Maybe I'll just grab that potion of supreme healing as well. Cool, all good stuff. I'll take it. Balance offer. Balance offer, there we go. I didn't have any money, I had to steal some of Dirge's money basically. It's a shame she's not got any more potions of invis because they came in very, very useful to us. I could buy back the owlbear, but I feel like we'd miss out on story if I did that, and it doesn't actually hatch as far as I'm aware if we have it. So I've never given it to Lady Esther before, so I'm kind of curious to see what happens. I kind of looked it up. I don't know what I can and can't believe, so it'll just be interesting. Think of it as like an Easter egg for a later act. But yeah, let's go ahead and barter. Cool, awesome.
Now, I believe you have places to be.
Safe travels, Lady Esther. We'll see you in Baldur's Gate one day. Okay, let's go. So, I am gonna split up the party a little bit now. I'm gonna take Cordia, Shadowheart, Gale, and Will. And we're going to just roam around this area a little bit more. See if there's anything else we can check out. I don't want to go that way because I'm pretty sure there's traps that way. So I'm going to go up this way. And do you remember? I
don't need any attention.
When we were kind of investigating these boxes over here. There they are. Look, the Death Shepherds. Let me see if I can click on one of them. Here's another one of them. Okay, these guys are scary. Examine. So look at these guys. Undead, skeleton, necrotic veil, a deathly miasma grants the affected entity 20 temporary hit points. And while the affected entity has the temporary hit points, they're resistant to a load of stuff. So if we did manage to look at them again, let me just wait for one to come back over. Sorry, guys. So you can see here, they are resistant to pretty much everything. Completely immune to poison damage, but radiant damage, which a few of us have a little bit of radiant stuff going on now. So of course Cordia and Shadowheart are both clerics. Cordia doesn't have very much radiant damage, but she does have Sacred Flame. What she does have is Lightning Bolt, which is a big burst of energy in a straight line. Shadowheart also has, if I remember to equip it in this vital moment, she also has the Blood of Lathander, which gives us Sunbeam, which again does a straight line of damage. And if you look here, it just so happens that this is a lovely straight line. So if I can get them to come to us, I might have a bit of a plan here. We also have Will, and because Will is a paladin, he also has some radiant spells. So he's got the Divine Favor 1d4 radiant damage on his weapon attacks. And he's got the Divine Smite, which also does radiant damage. So this is a little bit of a sneak peek for what we're facing when we actually get to the Shadow Curse lands in Act 2. And the radiant damage really comes into its own. So people who have been a little bit offline, a little bit backseat, maybe not the strongest characters. For example, like Shadowheart in the beginning, she always misses with Guiding Bolt. She really, really does come into her own in Act 2. And I've also got Gale, who doesn't really have radiant damage, but I do have a little bit of a plan for this guy. So what I think I'm going to do is get Will to kick this whole situation off. And just kind of get their attention, basically. I'm just going to go in with an Eldritch Blast, because again, I just want to hit them. Right, I don't want everybody to come, so Will, if you can just move forward a little tiny bit to about here. Give it a second, guys. Give it a second. Okay, come closer, come closer. Come in range. There, right, we've got him. Sweet, go there. Backwards, back, back, back. Okay. Oh, they're coming. Oh, they're coming. This is fine. This is good. This is what I wanted. Okay, they spotted Cordia. Cordia is also in the fight now. But this is basically the mountain pass. So if we were to be taking this route into Act 2 and the Shadow Curse lands, this is where we'd be going. That's not my plan. I do want to go to the Underdark before we do anything else, but that's what I've got going on here. So I'm just going to do Divine Favor. Your weapon attacks deal an additional 1d4 damage. Can I switch to my bow and arrow before I do that? Okay, I think it might just be on his sword. Oh no, it is on his bow as well. Okay, Will, I'm gonna need you to just move back basically and get some range. Perfect. And
Blood easy these days.
So Cordia, look at what a beautiful line they're in for me. Get lightning bolt, and we are just gonna straight forward. Why are we not quite getting that guy? I need to move forward a tiny, tiny bit. Lightning bolt. Oh my goodness, I need to move forward again. I'm scared. Lightning bolt. Is that getting him? Not quite. Oh my goodness. I don't want to get too far up this path. I'm sorry guys, I'm being a wimp. I don't know if it's the angle. It might be the angle. Yeah, maybe if I just click on him. Let's hope for the best. Yeah, it just got those two. It didn't get him. Oh, it did a little bit. I think it might have, well, that might have been Will. I don't know. Let us, I'm going to save some of my stuff, but I do want to move back. I'm just going to Misty Step back a little bit and just get out of range a tiny, tiny bit. Here we go. Cool. All right. Again, I want them to keep coming closer down that path. Come on, come to me, come to me. Get in range of my attacks. That's a good ghoul. Come on, Death Shepherd. Right, here we go. The two Death Shepherds are moving now. I've been annihilated by these guys before when I wasn't ready for them. But I've got my technique now. Look at them in a nice little group for me. How nice of them to line up like that. Okay, you do need to be careful because can you see that cloud of like noxious fumes that's coming off them? If we do get in range of like those fumes, these ones here, can you see this guy's got like fumes coming off him? It is actually gonna take away one of our actions. The affected entity's foul stench creates a pungent cloud that nauseates all creatures within it. And if I go on nauseate, it says that they can't take actions. So yeah, we don't want to lose our actions. So we do need to be careful of that cloud. So again, that is exactly what gets us into trouble. All right, so
I don't fancy
first up, I'm gonna have Gale. Oh, it's Gale. Oh, my tummy rumbled. I'm gonna... I didn't realise Gale was in initiative. No, that ruins my plan slightly. Okay, go and stand next to your wife.
Another step forward.
And we're gonna go ahead and lightning bolt again, straight up there. I'm gonna try and get the Death Shepherds because they are... Oh, actually, I kind of want to get him, but it doesn't look like he's highlighting. Okay, I'm gonna go like that. It almost hurt Shadowheart. Oh, it did hurt Shadowheart. I'm so sorry, girl. But we took care of that guy that was right in front of us. I'm sorry, Shadowheart. Have a little bit of healing. Oopsie daisy. Don't hate me. Okay, move out the way. Cool.
I'm holding back.
Okay. So, Will is kind of like...
making my move.
Here to take care of anybody who gets too close. But for now, I'm just gonna start to knock this guy down a little bit. Because he is a little bit of a worry. Okay, I've also got Quick Spell Finger. So maybe there's some kind of cantrip that I can do here. I've got Eldritch Blast. little bit of damage on him. It's fine. It's okay. Back up a little bit again. Perfect. I need Gale to take his turn. Because I don't really want them to be getting this close. So my plan was for Gale to do Sleet Storm and have them all slip. Oh, he's raised the ghoul back from the dead. He's picked him back up again. Okay, they're not getting too close. Okay, we're all right. So like I say, my plan originally was for Gale to do... Can he move away? Yeah, they don't get reactions on me. Okay, back up a little bit, Gale. My poor little invis basket. So like I say, I was going to do Sleet Storm. And I may still do that. I just don't want to get a Shadow Heart in it. It's just going to slow them all down a little bit, basically. And make them... Possibly make them slip. Okay, so the ones at the back can't, like, get as close to us anymore. And Gale just kind of moved back.
To King 5.
Okay, perfect. So fingers crossed he slips. No, but he did slip. He did slip. Okay, perfect. Okay. I want to get about here, probably. I don't want to get Shadow Heart. That's what I need to be careful of.
One day, I'll catch a break.
And go like this. Yeah, Shadow Heart's fine. Good job. Okay, like I said, they don't like radiant damage, so if I quicken spell, I can do Sacred Flame on this guy here. Okay, not bad. And yeah, we're just going to start backing up, I think. Maybe to about here. I don't want him to draw him towards Gale, you see. Okay.
This is my time.
Will. Again, we definitely want to try and get this guy if we can. So I think what I'm going to do is get as close as I can to him. Am I still doing the extra radiant damage? I am. And I'm going to go in with one of his smite spells at level 2. So do you see this? It says Divine Smite up to 47 damage. It might be overkill, but... Oh, he missed! No! Are you kidding me? Okay, well, in that case, I want you to Misty Step back out of the way. Just Misty Step back there. Again, I don't want to have everybody in like a little gaggle.
Can't give up.
Okay. Shadow Heart then. I reckon we can get these two with Sunbeam. Perfect. He's blinded. They're not down though. Okay. I am going to have her sanctuary herself so that she can't be attacked, but she can kind of stand her ground a little bit. Perfect. Okay, do I want to bring Shovel into the mix? Basket? Probably not. I'm going to have him stand his ground right there. Okay. Slip, 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 slip. What? Why wasn't it eyes? Why didn't he slip? He's raised him from the dead again. No. Okay. Alright. I just wish I could get Shadow Heart out of the way. I mean, technically I could, but... You know what I can do? I can Ice Knife, level 3. And then that is, as long as I don't get Shadow Heart with it, that's going to make that surface icy again. Okay, I've re-iced the icy surface. Again, I'm just going to kind of move him ever so slightly back. It's fine. Slip, 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 slip. He slipped. This worked, honestly. I play so much better off camera. I don't know what it is. I feel like I've got the curse of like online recording because like everything went so well when I tried to do this like the first time off camera. Like Gale, like he didn't get seen, so I could go whenever I wanted him to. I kind of iced that entire surface. Everybody was at the top. It took ages for everybody to get down there. I was constantly like lightning ball, sunbeaming them. They didn't stand a chance. And now it's all gone a little bit wrong. But that's okay. It's part of the fun. So what I am going to do, can I twin spell Sacred Flame and get both of these guys, him and him. Because again, like they are a little bit vulnerable to radiant damage. That was okay. It wasn't awful. What do I do as my bonus action? I feel like I do need to maintain some distance.
Light on my feet.
But also I might Sanctuary. I might Sanctuary Cordia now, so she can't be attacked by them. Which does make Gale and Will a little bit vulnerable. But considering... Oh, maybe I should have Sanctuaried Will, because he can do a lot of damage if that Smite spell hits. We'll see what happens. Okay, Will, listen, I am relying on you to do this. Right, the thing's worn off. So I need to Divine Favor to get that extra damage on his sword again. Amazing. I know you're not strong yet. I know you're a weak paladin, but come on, Will, I've got faith in you. You can do this.
Today you fall.
You missed again! Why? And now he's in melee with them. No, that is not good. Okay, fingers crossed this is okay.
Not now.
They have quite big swords. Oh, it's Shadowheart. Okay, Shadowheart. Listen. I'm gonna need you to level 3 Guiding Bolt this guy. No, 36% chance of 60% chance of hitting. Do you want level 2 Guiding Bolt on this guy? Because he's only got 8 hit points. Okay, alright. Now we're talking. Now this is working. Okay. And if I Mass Healing Word, when she heals people, I think she gives them Blade Ward. So if I do that for everybody... Okay, let me just move forward a little bit. Let me move around him. Again, he can't actually hit her because she's Sanctuaried. But fingers crossed, I'm going to be able to get everybody with this Healing Word. Yeah, and then they all get Blade Ward, look. So that means that they take half from slashing damage, I believe. Let me just actually check that. If I hover over... has resistance against bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing damage. And they've got big swords. So I feel like that was a good idea of mine. Oh, he just raised him from the dead. He picked him back up again. He picked him back up again. I do not like them. These are not good people. Okay. Gale. Oh, I can't believe he did that. Oh, he's got the lightning. He's got the lightning. Wait. Come back up here. I can't get into a good position to do it though. Here, perhaps? I don't want to get... Oh, Will's there. Will, why? Will, you're going to have to take one for the team. Because I can get everybody else with this. Oh, I can protect him. I don't know what happened. Oh, did they both go down? Oh my god, I killed both the Death Shepherds. They're dead. They're dead. We're out of initiative. We did it. It's fine. I didn't even realise the fight had ended then. Oh my goodness. Okay, we did it. Everything's fine. High five. I felt like Luality then. She does that. I don't want to steal her thing. Okay, amazing. Okay, let's regroup.
Wretched thing. Pull yourself together.
And let's see what these guys had on them. Okay, some armor. Some cool swords. Nothing too special, to be honest. But it is a taste of what's to come in Act 3, I feel. They definitely feel like they were shadow cursed. This ghast, which honestly I don't really want to get too close to. Okay.
Moving in.
And then, oh, this big chest. Nice. And inside the chest are night orchids. So do you remember when we had that conversation with Shadowheart and she was like, we were like, tell us something about yourself that's not related to Shah. And she was like, well, I like night orchids and I can't swim. Is that what you're talking about? And we were like, put that one in the memory bag for later. So yeah, we can take that. We've also got a giant hill finger for the elixir of giant hill strength, which we should have given Will before that fight, I think. And the sparkly PP, which is a really good item because it gives us the elixir of universal resistance, which could come in very, very handy for a certain fight that I have in mind. So let's keep exploring. So who's this? So this is a dead zealot of the Absolute. So we're definitely on the path, on the right track to find the Absolute. He has got a letter on him. Missive from Moonrise. Okay, this is about Will's dad. Duke Ravengard is to be delivered unharmed, or mostly so, immediately. Moonrise Towers cannot fulfill its destiny until the Duke has been delivered. Those who succeed will be rewarded. Those who fail will face my wrath, and then Gortash's, and then mine again. Okay. General Ketheric Thorm. I feel like we've heard that name before.
The Absolute's forces have taken father to Moonrise Towers.
We knew this.
A powerful asset. Just what are their intentions, I wonder?
You've got something to say?
I was going to ask you about being the son of a Grand Duke, but that feels like it's a dirge thing. Let's go ahead and do that.
That ends, well, not as bad as it could have. You've got something to say?
What's it like, being the son of a Grand Duke?
Not so enchanting as you'd think. The Pooteeweets, the Caldwells, they were the blue bloods hosting the fancy balls and drinking from gold goblets. Father's the son of a blacksmith, born with barely a coin in the coffers. He made a name for himself among the Flaming Fist, brave as Baldur and stubborn as a deep Rothay, daring, outspoken, but hardly posh. I spent more time dueling with father than I did rubbing elbows with lords. Not to say I didn't develop a taste for good wine and the talent for courtly dance.
We're not, Dirge isn't flirting with Will. And now you're the Blade of Frontiers. Quite a change, don't you think?
Yes and no. Father taught me the 4 pillars of power. Courage, insight, strategy, justice. He reckoned I'd follow in his footsteps. First as a fist marshal, then as a duke. Vanquish evil, maintain order, save the world. But a duke makes bedfellows with more monsters than he slays. Father called it diplomacy. I called it hypocrisy. In the frontiers, there is no posturing, no diplomacy. I slay monsters, I don't consort with them. Even if I might look like one.
I don't know, you seem pretty friendly with Mizora there for a while. Again, I think a lot of the companions question their own stories that they've told themselves throughout this. Like, they have this idea of their own identity and their own purpose, and that definitely comes into question for, like, every single character. Yeah, I think Will is... he had this narrative that he was out there fighting monsters, but he's a warlock. He's signed a contract with the devil, and he was chasing Karlach, who was a tiefling, not a devil. So yeah, interesting journey there for Will as well. And obviously, as tense perhaps as the relationship might be between him and his father, he still cares about him. He's still his dad, and he still wants to go and look for him and help him and see what his dad has gotten involved with, basically. All right, don't worry, Will. We will find your father, but maybe not today. Dirge is gonna just kind of...
What's inside?
Again, like, I don't know, there's something about these dead squirrels. He's just gonna kind of pick them up and put them in his pocket. Perhaps it's the Dark Urge. Perhaps he's learnt that there's a new trader trick that involves small dead rodents. Oh, look at dead Githyanki youth. Oh my goodness. I hope we don't find Val over here.
Never wanted the easy path.
That's not Val, is it? No, it's not. Okay, so this looks like the path to Moonrise, possibly.
Need to find another way.
Need to find another way. The bridge is down, and this is definitely looking like it might be the Shadow Curse lands. So like I say, we could go there directly now into Act 2. And we could also go down there and get a bit closer, but it does trigger something that I'm not ready to, a part of the story that I'm not ready to tell yet. So I want to backtrack, which doesn't make a lot of sense story-wise, perhaps, that they would be like, oh, we found the path to the Shadow Curse lands, let's go to the Underdark. But at the same time, you know, just like we followed Lae'zel here to find out about her story, Cordia has some stuff, some unresolved things that she needs to do in the Underdark. For example, finding out more about this ancient forge that she found out about from some other drow. They were looking for this ancient forge, and again, it's better in our hands than like the hands of the Absolute. Maybe it could help us fight them. There's also, we're looking for Sousa bark to make a good weapon, and there's all sorts of things down there that are kind of calling her that way. So just like they were respectful to Lae'zel and everybody went with her to kind of go to the Githyanki Creche, I feel like everybody's going to say, okay, we found the path to the Shadowlands. Let's just see if we can suss this situation out before we kind of head in there, and then we're going to go to the Underdark with Cordia and find out more answers there, because I don't want to miss a thing. I don't want to miss a thing. So yeah, we're going to go and do that next. But before we do actually need to leave the area. So I'm going to head back to camp. And then the strange thing about this area, if you do try and leave, it forces you to long rest. It was really confusing when this first happened to me. I thought it was bugged, but there's just a cutscene that has to happen before we leave. So, I'm gonna go ahead and probably as Dirge, go ahead and attempt to leave. So we would be going to the Underdark, to this Selûnite outpost next. Venture forth, yeah. So like I say, it forces us into a long rest. I don't think it actually costs camp supplies. It's like a free long rest. I love that Basket is still invisible over here. You can probably drop the invisibility now, mate. I think you can roam free. Go and play with the boys. Like the owlbear's like, oh my god, run away. We don't want to play with him. Oh, but Shovel like playing. Okay, so I'm just gonna ungroup. What to do. And then group Dirge's team back together. I'm actually going to group Lae'zel and Shadowheart for reasons. And go ahead and long rest. Actually, does Lae'zel want to talk to us?
With corpses. Build my castle with bones.
No, she's not bothered. She's not interested. Okay, fine. I guess we're long resting then. Hello, can I help you?
Supreme Kithrak, has Vlaakith sent you to slay me with your own blade?
I've not come to kill you, Lae'zel. I've come to aid you.
Don't trust him.
Skakek Kier Gith Shabeleth. My blade rests. Mother Gith compels you to listen.
Okay. This is really Lae'zel's thing, right? She needs to talk to this guy. It's part of her kin. Lae'zel's the one who should take the lead here. So nod to Lae'zel, she should take the lead.
Speak. My ear is yours.
I know you carry the astral prism, Lae'zel. Within it lies the seed of Vlaakith's demise, and I intend to help you bring it to fruition.
Vlaakith's demise? Skaketh. I should run you through for suggesting it.
Looking at them here, they're not dressed in like the full Githyanki clothes, all the armor and stuff. They're definitely in something that seems a little bit more roguish. I don't know if Vlaakith knows that we're here. Like, this definitely seems like we found that thing, right, that said, like, Kithrak Voss is a traitor, ? And now he's talking about Vlaakith's demise. He seems like he's a bit of like a double agent or something. I told you there was something going on with him. Are you talking about the person inside? Do you know who that is?
If they have not said, they must have good reason. And I won't be the one to betray them. But the one inside's chosen you as an ally. Protects you with their power.
Wait, it said don't trust him though.
That very power will be the end of Vlaakith's tyranny. The Prism's tenant must be let loose. I've sought their freedom for eons. When the Prism went missing, I feared the worst. Instead, you've granted the opportunity I've so long awaited. All that remains is the key that unchains them. And I've found someone who I believe can provide it. Bring the Prism to Baldur's Gate. I'll be waiting in a taproom called Shares's Caress. That is where we decide the fate of my people. Lae'zel, together we will break our chains and be Vlaakith's slaves no longer.
I am no slave, just still Kithrak. The Undying Queen is my freedom. It is she who will purify me, and she who will ascend me.
Lies, Lae'zel, every last one. There is no purification, no ascension. The Zaith-Isk does not purify, it extracts memory and kills the infected. Nor does the Lich Queen glorify the ascended. She feeds on most all of them to grow her power and pursue godhood.
Madness! You flood me with this heresy. I will hear no more of it.
Really glad we gave her that sword for the moment, because that's a large sword, Lae'zel. A bit sad though, it looks a different colour metal to her outfit, which is a bit of a shame. It's kind of bothering me. Okay, right, we need to unpack that. So Vlaakith has promised us that she'd cleanse us of the tadpole, but then attacked us all. And she promised Lae'zel Ascension, which Lae'zel is still very stubbornly believing in. But he's saying that she'll basically eat Lae'zel in order to pursue godhood. So she's not a god, but she wants to be a god. Which explains why, if she's not a god, then that answers the question that Dirge was asking when we met her. And he was saying, why can't you kill this person yourself if you're all powerful? And she was like, silence. So she didn't like to be questioned. She didn't like to be undermined in that way, I guess. You know, we definitely hit a nerve. The Zaith'Isk absolutely did almost kill Lae'zel. So I think I'm going to say that. I think I'm going to say he speaks true of the Zaith'Isk. Perhaps we should trust him. Variation.
I served Vlaakith the whole of my life. Learned her words, fought her battles, yet she names me her Sharlak. Your words carry truth. I will meet you in Baldur's Gate. Do not make me regret it.
Like the penny is finally dropping for her. She's coming out of that denial.
Lae'zel, I see Talak Magir in you, sister in freedom. Together we will be our people's light. Take this. It is a Quanith, a psionic detector. The Queen's warriors hunt you. The Quanith will sound you out when you come near their portals. Hear its cry and prepare for battle, or slip away.
Got it.
I should go. Vlaakith's gaze pierces the seas and skies. She believes me loyal, and I can't afford her mistrust. Keep the astral prism close. Let no one take it from you. Slay any who try. Now to Baldur's Gate. I'll be waiting, Lae'zel.
Okay. I love the portals. Like just whoosh. So we've got the Quaninth psionic detector, so that's going to alert us if there's any Githyanki around and kind of give us a heads up so we don't just walk into an ambush. So that's helpful. Thank you for that, Kid Rat Boss. I'm sad that it doesn't give you the option, you know, because we picked up that letter that implied he was a traitor. Like, they're definitely onto him. So I'm really sad that we couldn't say, hey, just to warn you, like, they know. But yeah, really interesting. Let's go and see what Lae'zel has to say about that. Yeah, she definitely wants to talk. Look at this.
I need a moment for the two of us.
Vlakith kosivim chrath crashet. Only in Vlakith may we find light. These were the first words I ever read on Tirsu's slate. But they are no mere aphorism. They are law. They are creed. The root from which the 10,000 protocols stem. Forsake one protocol, and forsake Vlakith. Forsake Vlakith, and be the blood and meat which sates her dragons. If Voss speaks true, if Ascension is a lie, if tadpole purification is a fairy tale, then I have not sinned against Vlakith. She has sinned against me.
She's got it. She's got it. I love it. I love that. The idea is coming from a really old idea of duty of care. So this, if you look at kind of medieval kings, you can find this idea in like Shakespeare and things like this. The idea is a king would have a God-given duty of care to its people. So this was like a two-way transaction. So it wasn't just like, I'm the king, I get to rule you all and you will do as I say. It was, I have a duty to care for my kingdom and the people within it, and they have a duty to treat me as their king, kind of thing. It was a double-edged sword, if you want to put it that way. And so the idea that Vlakith is the one that's broke the contract here. Lae'zel hasn't done anything wrong. She followed protocol. When she got infected, she went and searched for the Zakith. That is what she's been told to do. So if everything that she's been taught is a lie, she isn't at fault. Vlakith is at fault. And that is a strong thing to realise. And I respect Lae'zel so much and the writers for putting that in, because that is a very, very clever line. And I really, really like that. So Voss called Vlakith a tyrant. Does this mean you agree?
I'd never thought Vlakith a tyrant, or me as a vassal. She was the source of my might, and I the envoy of her will. A warrior, a champion, a destroyer.
She's still all those things.
But if Voss is right, and Vlakith consumes the Ascended to gain power, then I am no destroyer. I am mere livestock, bred to be harvested and devoured. Every Githyanki is a slave with a singular purpose. Not to cull the Geich, not to prevent their grand design, but to raise Vlakith to true godhood.
This is a bit of a theme. The idea of people ascending to godhood is kind of a common theme throughout various companions, so watch out for that. And what does ascension entail exactly?
Ascension is a young Githyanki's greatest honor. Long ago, the Geich enslaved my people. They dominated our minds and bred us for war, until Great Mother Gith took a hammer to our bonds. From the day of our hatching, young Gith have one purpose: to train hard enough to slay a Geich and take its head. Then, we speak the rite of ascension, and a red dragon comes to fly us to Vlakith in Tunarath, City of Death. We are honored with an eternal home in the astral, celebrated for our victory. We are ascended. Or so I believed.
Excuse me. I was holding that back. I didn't want to be rude while she was speaking. And if Voss is wrong. I don't really like this line. I kind of prefer not to say it, but it doesn't go away if you don't say it, so I'm just going to throw it out there. And if Voss is wrong. if his claims are wrong and that Vlaakiths are real.
Then, when the Kithraki come for me, and come they will, I will submit to their blades. They would feed me to their dragons, and I would deserve no better.
It's like she's prepared for a fate. She's prepared to be wrong, and if she is wrong, then she feels like she'd be deserving of that fate. But I don't know. It's like that thing of like, once you question something, it's really hard to go back into that see you later Toby mindset. And it is a see you later Toby, right? Anything where it's like you don't have freedom of thought, and anything that goes against the grain is like vetoed. Like, that is a clear sign that you're in a see you later Toby. So for example, like how they were saying, if anyone talks about Orpheus, like it's instant death kind of thing. So that kid who believed in him was in a really, really risky situation. So yeah, really, you know, you've got to let people have the freedom of thought to make their own choices. Otherwise it is tyranny. And if somebody's a tyrant, then they're actually, I feel like if someone's a tyrant, it's a sign of weakness. You are not a good leader if you're a tyrant, because the only way that you're holding on to power is through force. And for me, that's a weakness, because a true leader should be loved. A true leader, again, I studied Shakespeare and things like that, and so all those ideas of the ideals of duty of care, and somebody who is raised to know that they have an obligation to their people, those kind of values, like, make a stronger leader, whether you think it's a God-given right or it's just a recognition that you are in a position that has, you know, that kind of like with great power comes great responsibility thing. But yeah, I think true power, a true leader inspires loyalty and bravery and kindness and good things in their people, and the people want to follow them. I think controlling through tyranny is a sign of a fear of losing power. It's like a grasping of power, because they can't do it in other ways. I don't know, maybe not, maybe you disagree with me, it's fine. Who is the one in the prison, do you think? That's the thing, right? That is the question, because Voss was acting like he was loyal to the person in the prison. He was saying, I've been searching for them for a long time, you know, putting all his hopes on them kind of thing. I can't remember exactly what he said. I'm going to have to watch that back. But then when he appeared, the thing in our head said, don't trust him. The Dream Guardian, who is inside the astral prison, confirmed in the last episode, is saying, don't trust Voss. And Voss is like, I want to save that person. So it's like, are we even talking about the same person? Or is there another person inside there that Voss is interested in? It's very confusing. And again, my first playthrough, my Dream Guardian was a Githyanki, so it was hella confusing. I did not know what was going on or whose side anyone was on. I had no idea what the storyline was about. I do not recommend a Githyanki as a Dream Guardian, guys. Yeah, who is the one in the prison, do you think?
I don't know. I can't know. And that drives me mad. At first, I thought them an illithid deception, a trick of the tadpole. But the dream figure is real. It lives in the prism. Yeah. Voss believes they are the seed of Vlaakith's demise and the agent of Githyanki freedom. And I believe he may be right.
Because that would explain why Vlaakith wanted them dead, right? If the Dream Guardian is protecting us from the illithid, the key to Githyanki freedom, then Vlaakith is threatened by them. And again, feeling threatened, kind of a sign of weakness. I'm just saying it, Vlaakith. I'm just throwing that out there. Yeah, and the thing as well, if you're a leader and you lead by keeping people under your thumb and keeping, you know, oppressing people and being mean and tyrannical, then, you know, the first chance they get, they're going to rise up against you. If they're showing another leader who is inspiring and hopeful and powerful and strong and confident, then as soon as they get the chance to switch sides against you, if you're a tyrant, they're gonna do that. Like, being a tyrant is such a precarious position, which is why people like double down on it, because they know that their position is unstable. So really, if you think about it, it's kind of like bullies in school, right? It's like if someone bullies someone, it's just a projection of their own insecurities, and you know, really they're just telling you kind of like why they're, you know, their insecurities, like their weaknesses, they're just projecting their weaknesses for all to see when they bully someone else, because it's like, well, if you were confident you wouldn't feel the need to do that. So I don't know. Okay, let's move on.
Yes, I'd like time to think. We'll meet Kithrak Voss at Cerberry's Caress in Baldur's Gate. Until then, be vigilant. Vlaakith's eyes are upon us.
Got it. I think we should probably, do you know what, it might not be a bad idea to go to the Underdark and get out of Vlaakith's reach for a bit, you know, to not hang around here. So that's the plan for the next episode. Let's finish this off. How does it feel that we've done that one? I'm not going to ask her. It doesn't feel like the right time to be a bit horny. I'm just going to let her. She said she needs time to think. She doesn't want time to. So let's just go. Let's leave her to it for a bit. And I think more or less, I don't know if anyone else has anything else to say, but we can have a quick chat and then we'll long rest and call it there for today. Excuse me.
I didn't expect Lae'zel to turn on the Lich Queen so readily. Wonders never cease.
I don't know if it was, look at Dirge down there, his little head popping up. I don't know if it was readily. It actually, it did take a hot minute. I want to give you the Night Orchid.
Fine. What's on your mind?
How am I holding up in your estimations?
Quite splendidly, to give credit where it's due. You and I have shared some good times together, and it seems we have plenty in common.
Yeah, like our childhood in the Underdark. Let's go back there. She wasn't raised in the Underdark. I'm confusing like the darkness, because they both have Mother Superior. They both were raised in this hostile environment like Lae'zel was. But also we know that there's signs of Dark Justiciars, which is what Shadowheart wants to be. Like, Dark Justiciars are kind of like the exalted clerics of Shar. So we want to go and search the Underdark for that. So it's not just Cordia who wants to go back there, it's Shadowheart too. Lae'zel's had her moment, now Cordia and Shadowheart need their moment. That's what I'm going to say. Okay, it won't let me give her the Night Orchid. Can I just like put it down next to her? No, we're going to leave this area. I don't want to lose it. I'm going to have to put it somewhere special though, so I don't accidentally use it in like alchemy. Astarion, how are you? How are you feeling after all that?
So, Lae'zel's going to war with Vlaakith? Going to break her chains in Baldur's Gate? Good for her.
Hopefully she's not going to be the only one breaking their chains in Baldur's Gate, Astarion. Okay. And, Gale?
What will Voss have to show for himself when we catch up with him, I wonder? His intelligence may yet prove the key to unlocking the artifact's secrets. We should ensure we follow up when we reach Baldur's Gate.
So he's using intelligence like information, not like smarts, I think. Yes, we absolutely should. And between you and me, I wouldn't mind having a drink in the Cerberry's Caress. It's quite the experience. Okay, let's grab Dirge and just get him to check in with Karlach.
Never mind.
And
another step forward.
And who else?
Like some
Karlach
time
and
to
Will.
talk.
So we're going to meet Voss in the city, are we? Set the tenant of the prison free? This is all very, I don't know. I like a good caper, but I'd long for a tiny bit of status quo now and again.
Status quo in Baldur's Gate, Karlach. Are you sure about that? Okay. Let's keep moving. I don't know. I think she might have a problem with the status quo in Baldur's Gate. William. Actually, do you know what? I want Cordia to talk to Will.
Despite everything.
I'm trying to riz him up, right? I'm trying to romance him. He's having none of it.
There's a schism growing among the Githyanki people, and Lae'zel just took one step towards choosing a side.
Indeed. And, Will, should you wish to show me your dance moves one night soon, I would certainly be interested in that. Okay, I'm sorry that you had to see that. Let's go. Okay, I think it's time to long rest. I think we can probably safely call it there for now. I'm gonna have Cordy a long rest in the hopes that Will is gonna do a little dance, make a little love. Get down tonight, get down tonight. Gale watching on there. No shenanigans tonight. I mean, it's been a long day. We've made some major breakthroughs. We've got one person out of a See You Later Toby, many more to go. So I'm going to leave it there. Thank you all for joining me as usual. And yeah, I am so excited because we're finally going to the Underdark and we're going to do that entire section. We kind of dipped our toes into it. It is one of my favorite areas in the game. So yeah, super duper excited to be doing that in the next video. So do check back in with me, hopefully next Friday. I'm gonna have some Sims stuff going on in the next few weeks, so my schedule is going to be a little bit packed, but yeah, preparing for that new expansion pack. So yeah, do check in with me hopefully next Friday, and I will see you again soon. Bye friends.
I'm about to go off like a weapon, fuel to the top, got a filled up engine. In my thoughts, obsession, I will not stop, no, I'm never second guessing. I got a God complex, haters love to hate, but I never feel pressed. Got a lot on my plate, but I never get stressed. I'll take all the pressure like I'm acing this test. Tear it up like I'm Jason. I see the world like it's ready for the taking. I see this place like a game I'm playing. Straight to the bank to collect my payments. No negotiations, it's my way, I was born impatient. And like a damn Freemason, I'll run this nation. They call me a